I'm an average dude.
Welcome back, guys. Podcast number 4.
We got 4. Let's go. Who's your 4?
Derek Carr.
We're just jumping into it.
We
Derek Carr.
doing things.
He's a local guy.
Gotta give some credit.
First 4 that went to your head. Okay. Well, then let me stay in the same boat.
Okay.
Or NASCAR, should I say?
Wow.
Kevin Harvick.
Nice,
Kevin Harvick,
dude.
number 4. And I only know that because every time Dak Prescott was on the screen this year, rocking number 4, Emmett would be like, "Oh, number 4, just like Kevin Harvick." And I'd be like, "Emmett, stop!" Like
Kevin Harvick,
every time,
NASCAR.
just like Kevin Harvick.
That's awesome.
It
NASCAR's
was.
getting back, dude. Hey, we gave them a segment. They're coming back. All right.
But check that out. We got 2 number 4s in professional sports. Just killing. Bakersfield is on it, yo. All right.
That's what we do.
Jumping right in. We don't want to waste time. We know you got Thanksgiving that you're probably like, I just want to eat this grub.
Happy Thanksgiving from the average dudes. To
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Here's
Thanksgiving,
a plate
guys. Here's a plate of
thanks.
just knowledge for sports, and we're giving it to you.
Sports knowledge. Yeah, because you didn't have it before us.
Nope.
You had a less than that. Anyway, previous week's YouTube comments. Levi's finally I loved it. Levi jumped in and was he watched this episode, but he's getting in on the gambling action. He was like,
Nice.
"Hey, Justin, here's my bets for the week." It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Mike pointed out in the basketball game, it all went bad when I rocked the headband. Like I took that headband in the second half, and
You're right. Now thinking about it, you
right.
put it on and I still thought you were going to win, but the headband probably was the problem.
That's what it was. It weighed me down.
The hair.
I had a little bit more weight, and I can't carry a little more weight.
I think the hair was here, so the wind was pushing it back, so pushing your weight.
See,
back.
I tried to do the LeBron where we take the headband and we cover up the hairline and we just rock it all the way back. But yeah, something happened. Levi agrees that Miami may be a problem, but we'll revisit that in a little bit because I wonder if Jan still feels that way. Levi bet it all on Cam and Eddie, or Cam and Emmett's advice.
Okay.
Our apologies because they did not cover either.
They didn't cover the bets, but did they win the wins?
Well, I mean, if you went straight up, the Chiefs beat the Raiders, but they didn't cover the point spread.
Oh yeah,
and then the Packers lost to the Colts. So
gotcha. So, yeah, we were 0-2, but hey, we're gonna bring them back on, you guys. Don't lose hope on these kids. They're gonna be great one day. All right?
Not Emmett, he's dead to me. So I mean, it is what it is. Levi wants Bobby next in basketball. Levi was all over the YouTube comments. Props to Levi.
Yeah.
Tyler, be a better cousin. Crystal, where are you at? You other
Show
people,
some love.
where are you at? Thank you, Levi. Appreciate
Levi
you.
against Bobby. I'm still putting money on Bobby. Sorry, dude.
I got a real taste of Bobby. You know what? No, I'll take Levi because I'm a believer in the athleticism is going to get Bobby. I was out of shape. My athleticism almost beat Bobby.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Levi, do you still work out? Answer that question for us.
I mean, he has a 6-pack, so he better be able to
Well, he's also like 23 or 25 years old.
He's a little baby.
He's a baby.
Levi asked okay, this was a question that he wanted to ask. Most likely to win it all on fantasy football other than yourself. So other than myself, I think Jan probably has the best chance of winning fantasy football this year.
Other than myself, maybe Kyle has the best chance.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
We're
here.
We're backing each other up.
So we answered your question,
Foxhole
guys. We'll get to that later in the segment.
Foxhole guys.
Kelly Sneed pointed out that the Masters winner pays for the dinner. It's called the Champions Dinner. Only previous champs, not the field. You thought it was the field.
Okay.
She corrected you.
Yeah, how'd you know that?
I mean,
how'd she know that?
She sleeps with a golfer.
Oh, I was going to say maybe it was Uncle Kevin.
Pillow talk.
Yeah, maybe
Pillow talk.
Yeah.
Kevin was like, dumbasses.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing about nothing. They don't even like golf. Mom was like, oh, she also told me, you say you don't like golf way too much. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Mike wanted the recognition because he was the first one to say Raiders are going to beat the Chiefs. How'd that turn out, Mike?
Not very good.
Not very well, Mike.
I don't know why would you think that. It had a chance. Don't get me wrong, but
I said it here first.
We said it.
I said it here first.
Mahomes.
That didn't happen.
You can't stop the guy.
Unstoppable. Kelly Sneed. Ooh, juicy. Oh, juicy. Kelly Sneed called out the Woolitz family for purchasing a shirt.
We did. I purchased 2.
And Mimi and Vanessa came in clutch. So I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? So they did come in.
Maybe you should wait until their order's done.
Ooh.
And then come at me, bro.
But that does skip us from our YouTube comments to our shirt sales.
Yeah.
And we did get 12.
Yes, we did.
Worthy of that moment.
Yes.
We got 12 shirt sales. So the order is going to be put in next week. and we will communicate with those people about it. We got to get the either Venmo or PayPal, or even if they're like, here's cash. But either way, we're going to take it to our guy, get the shirts made.
And Margarita's actually going to order one too. So that's going to be 13.
Look at that.
We're still going to put it in, even though we had 12. We had 12. We're still putting 12 in, and then we'll put 13. Put the other one in as well.
Yeah, and then so get that. If you did want a shirt and it comes in black, white, navy, or red, you get a pick. But if you did want a shirt, get it in before Monday, because I think Monday is when we're going to try to get in touch with our guy.
Yeah.
Your guy, your connection, and so that's, and if you don't get it in before then, you'll just have to wait for the next order of 12.
Right.
But that's cool. That's YouTube. That's shirt sales. Now we can jump into the actual sports talk. You ready?
Nice, let's do it.
We kind of cut it down a little bit this week because we do have someone coming on, special guest who we're excited about.
For sure.
Dropping it all over the gram.
Just wait.
But let's start with your Miami Dolphins.
Levi's Miami Dolphins. They had a tough game. Don't get me wrong. I still think Tua is the guy.
He is.
And I don't know why you bench him. Why? Because he had a bad game. Get over it. Dolphins, you've had the last bad freaking 5 years. No one rides you guys off, right? Maybe us, but who cares?
Don't steal my notes. I see him. You see him looking at my notes. These are my notes.
I still think that the Dolphins are a team to be reckoned with. I mean, it's hard to go into Mile High Stadium and play. I mean, there's a guy for the Steelers, and I want to say it was Ike Taylor, that he actually couldn't even play at Mile High because the air is so thin. It's hard to breathe. So, these guys are over here partying in Miami, Florida. Let's come up to Mile High in Denver and, have really less thin air. And it takes a toll on people. So, back off, all right? They're going to come back bigger, stronger.
So you still think they're for real?
I still think they're for real.
Okay, well.
I think their defense is going to be good, and I think, Tua is going to come back.
Okay.
I think it's dumb that they benched him.
Yeah, he was benched.
Ridiculous.
What quarter? Third, fourth? I can't remember. But anyway, Tua got benched. He was 11 for 20 throwing, 83 yards, and 1 touchdown. That touchdown drive was on the one where the defense intercepted it, and he started at like the 30-yard line.
You want to know something funny? Is they didn't bench him when he only threw for 96 yards and a touchdown against the Rams, but they benched him this way. Why?
Okay, so they did bench him after a really big hit, and that's going to be rolling across the YouTube. And but I think, it was performance benched, I believe. But it was kind of like, we're not going to win this game. You're not going to have us win this game. You just took a hit. Let's just get you sitting down for a minute.
That makes sense.
But a lot went in that game, and they still lost. And they lost to Denver. So I don't want to hear how favorable their schedule is if they can't even beat the Broncos. I get that it's in Mile High, but it's the Broncos.
Mile High, man, it's different. It's a different atmosphere for sure.
Yeah, you still think they're for real? I still think they're for fake.
I still think they're going to give who's in their division? I think the Patriots. No, Patriots aren't in it. Oh, it's the.
I think the Patriots are better than them.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I do.
I don't. They just lost to the Houston Texans, which Houston Texans are horrible.
See, I disagree. I picked that, and that's where I beat you.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
We'll get there. Because that's where the one's at.
Houston Texans still have talent, and that's the difference.
But their defense is horrible, man. But yeah, we'll get back to there.
We'll get there. Joe Burrow injury, so he got hurt. I don't know if he was necessarily going to be the rookie of the year, but I think he was
he was in the running.
He was a lot of people's running. So that injury kind of sucked. It was gruesome.
ACL and ACL. It's rough, man.
It was a rough hit too, and we got so many good rookie talent this year that you just want to see it on the field, want to see it grow. You don't want to see anything, no hiccups.
Right.
But with that happening, who do you think is kind of your rookie of the year?
My rookie of the year, is going to be Justin Herbert.
We didn't even talk about it, but I had it in my notes to rebuttal.
It's exactly who I want it to be, and that's who it should be.
Justin Sherbert.
No, Justin Herbert.
Oh, okay.
Quarterback. San Diego Chargers.
Los
Angeles Chargers. Sorry, guys. And Oregon Ducks. That's all that matters.
Oregon Ducks. Okay, and he's
my rookie of the year.
He's your front runner.
So. Oh yeah, easily. He's in the game every. It doesn't help that the Chargers just cannot win a late game, but they're in every game. Honestly, he's throwing for 4 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns every game.
If you look at fantasy, he's easily the best rookie of the year.
Yeah. He's a game changer for the Chargers. Imagine if they had Tyrod Taylor out there still.
They'd probably still have the same record.
Maybe. Probably. They're probably worse. They only won 2 games. So.
And I don't think you're wrong for having that opinion. Like if you mailed in your ballot, because we're media now, so we get to actually make a vote for these kinds of things. We're off centered. Did you? That's okay. You're okay. You don't mind, right? Okay. But I want to get mad at you for making that vote in. And like my pick is Chase Claypool though.
Okay.
The reason I look
Can I
at
rebuttal on that?
you can just
Okay.
let me get my
Go
facts
ahead.
out like I let you get your
Go ahead.
it's a turn system, okay? For a quarterback for me to be deserving of the award, their team can't be 2-7. It's just the quarterback is the most influential position on the field. I get that he's playing well, but they're 2-7. I couldn't make that vote. Claypool for me, he's 6th total in receiving touchdowns. So he's up there with DeAndre Hopkins. He's up there with like actual named people.
Okay.
6th in receiving touchdowns with 8.
Okay.
And then he has 2 rushing touchdowns. I don't think Sherbert has an argument to be made. Or I do think he does have an argument to be made, just like James Robinson of the Jaguars.
Yeah, I think so too.
But
they're just on
and maybe even Justin Jefferson. But I'm still taking Claypool.
Okay. I mean, the Claypool thing, the rebuttal thing that I'm going to say is it's because the Steelers have a bunch of receivers that are deadly. I mean, look at it when Antonio Brown.
Who do you think's the best?
If Antonio Brown was still there, who was lighting it up? Juju, because he wasn't getting the number 1 guys. Now Juju's the number 1 guy, getting all the number 1 corners. Guess who's lighting it up? Claiborne is now. Okay, so I think it has to do with the way that the receiver core is. That why Chase Claiborne's having a year. He's not getting the number 1 corner on him every game, and I think he's better than the number 2s or the slot corner DBs that they're going up against because he's a big guy.
Okay.
So I think that has a lot to do with what he's doing production wise is because of Juju's taking the heat. And they have Deontay Johnson on there. It's actually pretty good.
They got weapons for
yeah,
sure.
They do.
My argument for Claypool is like he's a 6'4" guy, so you would think he'd be making these jump ball plays, but they're running him on fly sweeps. They're running him on short.
He's a guy. He's a guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I mean, and it just comes down to like any other year, probably either of these guys run away with it.
Oh yeah.
But like this rookie class is special.
Yeah, it is. It has a lot of good talent coming out of it for sure.
Quick hits. We won't spend too much time. We'll just kind of jump around on these. But Max Preps came out with the top 25 right now rankings of high school teams.
Yeah, I didn't see California in there at all.
Well, that's the funny part. You guys just be happy that California's not playing right now because you finally get to be number 1, right?
That's right.
IMG, all those other powerhouse programs. You guys aren't beating Modern Day.
No.
You guys aren't beating back in the day De La Salle.
I think you should post this on the Instagram one time. It was a show. It was called. It was a high school team in.
Yeah, it was.
Where was it?
Can't think of what it was called, but it's on HBO. They're
showing it. And it's so, and they come in, right? They're like this powerhouse team over there in.
They were like ranked number in the top 5.
Right, powerhouse team. Well, guess what? They came to Cali. Guess who they played? Modern Day. Modern Day showed them what's up.
It was like a blowout. A blowout.
So yeah, like Kyle said, luckily California's not.
We have them different down here, and
yeah,
I mean, so just
it's not.
We understand people in Florida. We understand people in Texas. They're like, oh, our football. Like, all right, you guys might have like the college talent or something, but I mean,
I don't think so. I mean, either because most of the talents that are coming out of like Notre Dame, guess where they're coming from? California.
I mean, I don't know why they stopped going to USC, but I mean, now we're just more spread out. They're going to Oregon. They're going to Alabama. They're going to, but you know, it's Cali. Chill out. Brandon Banks, I think you played with him.
Yeah, I'm actually buddies with him when I played with him and stuff. So he was a receiver when I was a receiver.
Buddies with him? Bring him on the pod.
And yeah, I don't know about that buddy system, but yeah, man, he's a beast. He's only like maybe 2 inches taller than me, 3 inches taller than me, but he plays like he's 6'5", and he's fast, and he's a baller.
And so normally this would be in our local section but today we're bringing on that guest speaker for the local section. But he made the All-Canadian All-Decade team, and that's cool because you played with him at BC.
Awesome.
Local guy, right?
Yeah, super good dude, cool man, and he's a baller.
Just this random thing I was coming across when I was like doing nothing on my Sundays or Monday or whatever day it was, and this random guy tweeted, "I love the NFL football because these two guys play in the same league." And it was a picture of the Colts kicker and DK Metcalf where he's flexing, and it was just like, I just had to mention it because I wanted to put it on the YouTube, and it was hilarious.
Is that Blankenship or something like that? Do with the glasses?
Yeah, it kind of looks like Nick in our fantasy football league.
Yeah.
Shots fired. Pew, 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 pew. Jordan Fuller. Jordan Fuller. He was pick number 199 in the 2020 draft. He made an interception off Tom Brady, pick number 199 in the 2000 draft.
Wow.
Pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
I mean, these were just quick hits.
They
weren't deep dives. It was cool.
Yeah, for sure.
This one may be a little bit longer, but while you maybe think of it, because I know you're busy camping, roasting marshmallows,
roasting marshmallows, going on seeing like a family of deer run right in front of us.
Wow.
Insane.
If there are multiple deer, they're still called deer?
I don't know. I think they're called something else, but I don't care to look at it. Maybe like a family. Maybe that would work. It was good because they were literally coming down the hill. We did a couple scavenger hunts.
They're not here for that, Jan. They don't care.
We had a lot of good fun. Family time is all. That's all what it's about, man.
So most underrated receiver. While you think about that, I'm just going to go ahead and throw out my guy, Robbie Anderson.
I like it.
He continues to be on like crappy teams. He was on the Jets before
he was good. He was the guy.
He was good on the Jets, and then he went to the Panthers, and he's good on the Panthers. And like Chad Ochocinco talks about, I run routes with this kid on summer. Like this guy's legit. People don't know him because they don't know him. Like they choose not to. But Robbie Anderson, he's my pick for most underrated receiver currently in the game. But that got brought up because Devontae Adams called Cooper Kupp the most underrated receiver in the game. And I think we all know Cooper Kupp's good.
Yeah, everyone knows he's good.
So it's not underrated.
He was good when he was a rookie. He got hurt.
Yes.
And he kind of went under the radar for a little bit, but he's a baller. Everyone knows he's good.
Everyone knows he's good. So that's why I went Robbie Anderson. Who's your most underrated receiver?
My most underrated receiver right now, I would say Michael Gallup. I don't think he gets the recognition that he should get.
He will.
Just because he's on Team CD Lamb and gets a lot of catches.
He will when the Cowboys don't pick up his contract because I don't know if we could afford him. But when we keep Cooper and we're obviously investing in CD Lamb because he gets the ball every third play.
The good thing we want to pay CD Lamb for a while. So
I like Gallup. Nice. I agree. All right, so that was it. Really quicker than usual, but we're trying to get y'all to the Thanksgiving dinner table. We're trying to get ourselves to the Thanksgiving dinner table, and we're going to jump into our first commercial.
Come at you.
Enjoy.
If you're looking to relax and unwind, Minos Company can help with her natural bath salts and soy wax candles. Grab some bath salts to enhance your bath after a workout or a candle to fill the house with the holiday scents. You can contact her through her Instagram page, Minos Company, MinosCompany. That's her Instagram page for Minos Company.
All right, guys, welcome back. Now we're going to jump into our fantasy segment, our favorite segment.
Yeah, because it's us.
Because I won. I'm putting it that way, like that, because I won this week in majority of my leagues. So that's just what it is.
That's weird. In my notes, and then I had to look at his page too, just to make sure we're on the same page. Talk about our matchup later at the SOL wheel.
I'm just too excited to talk about it now.
You don't know how to save anything.
I'm sorry. I'm excited.
You're the kind of guy.
I lost. I think 2 of my leagues last week, so I'm a little excited. I went 3-1 this week in my league.
You're the kind of guy who just gets pregnant during quarantine. By the way, exactly. Congratulations! I know you guys saw it on the new Papa.
Well, yep, another one's coming.
Another one.
That's
He's still the same Papa.
3 Wolves.
3 Wolves.
Get ready for it.
Do you care what you have, boy, girl? What do you?
No, it doesn't matter to me. Preferably boy, but hey, I'm good with whatever.
It doesn't matter, but I prefer boy. Okay. But yeah, congrats. And we'll get more into it. We'll dive deeper. You got it out of your system.
Thanks, I've been waiting for this since what was it when I beat you? Sunday. I actually had 2. Okay, yeah, we'll get into that later.
We'll get into it later. I'll let him have his moment. And but it's gonna be our SOL. We had the bet. We shook on it like men. Okay. And again, I'm gonna get to spin that one. Awesome. So excited. Anyway, pick one hot player you maybe haven't mentioned yet. You want to just pass on this one because I know you're busy.
Yeah, I didn't really watch too much. That's fine. So.
It's average.
Yeah, I'm just average dude playing camping. So.
And you know what? You won the fantasy matchup, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to do homework. And my homework was kind of messed up because I went with Gus Edwards. He's rostered in only 28% of Yahoo leagues, and every other running back has COVID right now, and they play tomorrow. Oh, no, scratch that. The NFL announced the Pittsburgh and Ravens game got moved to Sunday now. So if Gus Edwards still is the only running back by that time, he'll probably
be. So is there only 2 games tomorrow then?
Only 2 games tomorrow.
Okay.
Sucks. Happy Thanksgiving, America.
Take away football. Good job, guys.
But so, I mean, I'd keep an eye on Gus Edwards. If he still is the only running back there by Saturday, maybe you play him. But if Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins come back, don't pick him up anywhere.
Maybe if I had to pick somebody that actually made like a really gutsy call, I mean, he ended up doing good. Maybe Curtis Samuel might be a guy. I don't know how many people are starting him or not.
Yeah, he might not be started. He's probably rostered.
But he's on roster majority, but he's not starting much. And he gets the ball quite a bit. But
how do you know that?
Panthers.
How do you know that?
Huh?
How do you know Curtis Samuel?
Because I started him.
Because he happens to be on your team?
Yeah, he's on my team. And I started him.
All right, no biggie. And we'll get to that more. I want a moment to where I kind of get a boast too. And so we're going to jump into where, we asked the community, the Tad community,
Mhm.
to make their picks. And we asked Jan to make his picks. We asked Kyle to make his picks. And we had our records. Kyle won an astonishing 10-4. We're not picking against the spread. We're just picking winners here.
Damn
But
Patriots.
I went 10-4. You know what Jan went? Jan, let them know what you went.
9-5.
You know what that's good for?
Second place.
That's good for second.
Hey, I'll take a silver.
Tad community, what are y'all doing?
Step up your game.
Step up your
Step up
game.
your game.
Maybe just don't vote next time if you were that person. But 7 wins, 7 losses.
Yeah.
You guys
You
suck.
guys are like, we dominated you guys bad. It was like, I felt like we were playing with a bunch of little first graders or
It
something.
probably was. Hayden probably has his friends following us now. Thank you, Hayden. We appreciate you. Go Chipman Chargers. But side note, I don't know why I don't just listen to myself. The home teams went 11-3.
Yeah.
So they did a better record than I did. If we just went with the home teams,
Yeah,
home teams
there's
win.
a couple picks that, that I thought were going to come through, and they just didn't.
They went 11-3. But without further ado, I'll give you a chance to, get back up
Let's
on
do
your
it.
horse and
Do it.
let's jump into Week 12's picks. We have Texans at Lions. Who are you going with?
I'm going with Detroit.
He does not like.
I don't like
Watson.
the Texans.
You just hate him.
I'm not a fan of Watson. I think he's good, but I don't think he's that guy.
Well, I'm taking the
Sorry.
Texans. So
Go
right
ahead.
there, Jan starts off 0-1, 1-0. Happy Thanksgiving, Pilgrim. Washington at Dallas Cowboys.
Is it a question?
We them boys.
Is it a question?
We did,
Is it a
boys.
question? Who are the 2020 Super Bowl champions going to
Time
be?
to suit
The
up.
Dallas Cowboys. I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys because we're about to make a run. You better be ready.
I'm going with the Cowboys too. You know what? That unfortunate event that happened with the strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah.
We missed a whole day of practice, but realistically, who cares? That sucks. I don't know if we respond from that or if that I do think it has an effect
I think
on
we're
the
going to
game.
come out and
one way or
play. I think we're going to come out and play for him. And
I hope so. Regardless, though, I'm not really upset about whatever happens in that game. That has to be emotional, man.
yeah, for sure.
That sucks. Next game, Ravens at Steelers. It was supposed to be Sunday. It was postponed.
I'm going to go with
Supposed to
the
be Thursday.
Steelers on that one.
Yeah, I'm going Steelers too.
Ravens have not been playing really well.
They haven't, and I think they need to. But again, it's a home game. I'm taking the home team.
Yeah, you're going against Pittsburgh.
Raiders at ATL. Falcons. For those of you who don't know what ATL means, or from the South, the dirty.
I'm going to go with the Falcons. That's the home team. I think the Raiders are a good team, but I think the Falcons have something. I think they need to win.
You going Falcons?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Falcons.
Mike Smith's not going to be happy about that. I'm going with the Raiders. We had to go away team here because I just think they're better. Falcons have all this talent, but they've had all this talent for years, and they lose every week.
Yeah.
Chargers at Bills.
Bills.
Lock it in, Jan. One of us is still in the suicide pool. This guy, and I'm going to go with the Bills for my suicide pool
All
pick
right.
of the week.
All right. I got it. Lock it in. Sorry.
No, you can just pretend.
Actually, I need to update
You
my.
can sign in anyway.
7 people. Are we going to talk about the suicide pool real quick?
We could.
7 people got eliminated last week. Just
Oh,
throwing that out.
7?
7.
And this is $600 something.
$640.
Ooh, that's a couple.
680.
That's a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox, and my wife can't tell me I can't get it because she got kicked out. She lost.
She lost the second week.
This is
She
my
lost the
money.
same guy did.
This is my team. I ain't worried about you. Maybe I'll buy you some candles. Be nice. That got me going. Let's go. So how many we have left? Maybe 12,
I have to
14?
look it at it. I've kind of been in the woods lately.
Wow.
The last couple of days.
Those
I don't really
marshmallows.
know.
Okay.
Sorry, man. Marshmallows, cookies and cream, Hershey's. Come on.
Giants at Bengals.
Giants.
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's out. If he was in, I'd probably pick the
Easy.
Bengals.
I think so too. Titans at Colts.
Colts. The Colts defense is real.
Colts defense is real, and I think teams are
You
learning.
know, they just gave up 30-something points to Green Bay, but who doesn't?
And
Aaron Rodgers is a baller.
that game could go either way, but I'm
Yeah.
taking the Colts. Home team. Panthers at Vikings.
I'm going to go with the Vikings just because they're at home.
Yeah, and Aunt Margaret is in town, so show her some
Yeah,
love. Go
Vikings.
Vikings. I'm going them too. Cardinals at Patriots.
Cardinals.
Same.
But they're that team that you just when they're playing in New England, that team could easily lose that game. Just throwing that out there.
Cardinals. Dolphins at Jets.
Dolphins. They're not losing to the Jets.
Lock it in, America. As my upset of the week, the Jets are going to beat the Dolphins. Because your Dolphins, you and Levi's Dolphins, they ain't it.
They're gonna win.
Who's playing? Tua or Fitzpatrick?
Tua?
We don't even know these
You
days.
don't go against that. That's the most. If he does, man, I don't even know what to say anymore.
Jets are going to win that game. Browns. This is going to be their only win of the year, by the way. And then they'll lose out, so they get Trevor Lawrence. Browns at Jaguars.
Jags.
Same. I just went with the home team there, even though Browns are the better team. Saints at Broncos.
Saints. I didn't really watch the game that much. Is Taysom Hill killing it?
I didn't watch it, but
Okay.
he won. When the Saints go marching in. I'm taking the Saints too. They're marching into Denver, and they're just taking a dub with them. But it's hard to win a Mile High, if your team sucks. 49ers at Rams.
That's easy.
Is it easy? 49ers, it's division. I mean, I'm going Rams.
Their injury is that killed them.
I'm going Rams. That NFC West, the teams that are in it know they have to win. Same reason why I went Cardinals. Chiefs at Bucks.
Oof. I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, because Antonio Brown's a cancer. So I'm going with the Chiefs.
He's a cancer.
They lost again, Jen.
Who cares?
They're 1-2 with Antonio Brown. I'm blaming him.
Receiver right now. He's been here.
I'm blaming him. Bears at Packers.
Packers.
Same. All right. Seahawks and Eagles.
Seahawks.
Man, I don't know. The Eagles look. No one said that. Seahawks all day, every day. Sports bets. We're bringing in Justin J Money. He bailed on us last week because Vegas was more important.
Yeah.
But this week, he sent his video in because he didn't know what time he'd be available or not available.
Hey, we appreciate that.
We appreciate that, J Money.
Man.
Just know that you have Christian Johnson messaging me on Facebook.
You got a lot of people head on you, man.
The head coach of Miramonte, he's like, I live for this. Have me on instead of him. And we're like, damn. Yeah, we're like, hey, maybe. What's your schedule look like? Yeah. Right? Step up, Justin. And then, if Emmett and Cameron are basically doing the same as you are,
yeah, they're 0%.
But
we should put them at straight up, no numbers.
They picked a winner.
Yeah.
They don't even know what numbers are yet.
They're 50-50.
They just started learning numbers.
Yeah, first 50-50, guys.
So they're 50-50 just like Justin.
Just like the Tad they're 500.
They're 500. Yeah. Y'all are 500.
You guys just as good as Cameron and Emmett.
And Levi wants to smoke too. So sports bets, let's go to J Money.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
What? Do what?
Who let the dogs out? Who brought this guy along?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs?
In these unsafe times, we know protecting our loved ones is our top priority. Whether it be your mom, wife, daughter, sister, friend, and even yourself, Damsel with Vanessa helps put those worries at ease. Shop products from stun guns to pepper spray, striking tools to other security on the go. Visit Damsel with Vanessa on Instagram or Facebook for all your safety needs.
All right, so thank you for visiting, or hopefully you're visiting that commercial, and we hope you enjoy their product. Now we get the privilege of bringing in our special guest.
Yes, we've been wanting to do this for a very long time, about 4 weeks ago.
Since we were little kids, right? A very long time. He was one of the first people we planned to have on the podcast and wanted to interview and get this whole thing. But without further ado, 2019 West High School Hall of Fame inductee, BC. Worthy.
Yeah, for sure.
BC quarterback, homecoming MVP, team MVP, captain, all Metro section, 1973. San Diego State quarterback, Pacific Coast champion,
there you go.
19 nationally ranked, Sports Illustrated Player of the Week, coached at West High School.
Let's keep it going.
Centennial,
keep it going.
Bakersfield College, Foothill High School, Ridgeview High School, Bakersfield Blitz, 7 Valley champions, 2 Potato Bowls, 14 years head coach experience, never a losing season. Coach Kevin Sneed.
What's up, Coach? What's up, Coach?
Hi, guys. So, you've been watching the show for a little bit. Obviously, you support us for our reasons of
family ties.
But also, you're a big sports guy. We figured we'd start this off by doing a quick little 2-minute drill since you're a football guy, and then we jump into some questions. Okay. So, you want to give him the first one, and then I'll go.
Yeah. So, first number, since it's the podcast number 4, first number 4 you can think of. Brett Favre,
first number 4. You have a grandson in 7th grade. If you could have any local coach coaching up your grandson, who would it be and why?
Dave Rice, even though he's not a head coach, but he's an assistant coach. But I think Dave's one of my favorite people that I've been around and coached with. And he's a great Christian man that gets the most out of his players, and he'd be a great influence on it.
Nice. Heads or tails, coin flip.
Heads.
Okay. Forgot the coin. That's
Tails. Oh,
That would have been heads right there. Sorry about that.
0 for 1.
First football movie that comes to your head.
Remember the Titans.
Great movie. Favorite quarterback all time?
Oh, Johnny Unitas.
Best pregame meal.
Steak, and when I was in BC, we had it every home game. We have steak, mushroom gravy, and baked potatoes, and then a little green beans and so on. It was really good.
Dang.
A little bit of
Take care
shrooms. Okay.
Nice. Bakersfield taking care of them.
Absolutely.
Best spot in Bakersfield for a post game.
Best what?
Best spot in Bakersfield for a post game.
My house.
You got the guitar out. All right. Favorite pump up song or like group or band or whatever artist.
No, that's tough. I wasn't into that too much. I left that to other guys because. But we had I like the old sports, the old football ones that were on with
NFL Network.
the
ones?
NFL
Yeah.
Network ones. I love
I know
those
what you're
things.
talking about.
Yeah.
That's one's a good one. Golfing or fishing?
Oh man. Well, fish in the morning, golf in the afternoon. I don't like golfing in the morning. It's
You're
a
not
little
picking?
too cold.
Yeah, for sure. it is.
But I like to fish in the morning. And that's when they bite the best, and then golf in the afternoons.
Would you rather barbecue or play guitar?
Barbecue.
Last one.
Awkward question of the week. You're starting Jan or Kyle at quarterback?
Kyle, I got to.
Oh, that's why. All right.
Well, I'm
That's
married
funny.
to his mom.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. There's rewards for that. All right, cool. So that was a 2-minute drill. We just wanted to hit you with some questions that maybe had nothing to do with anything, but just wanted to have some fun before we maybe dive into the deeper stuff. Tell us your story, how you came up. Like you start all the way back in you playing high school and.
Okay. Well, Jack Frost, I had 2 great coaches. I always said I was really blessed with the coaches that I had at every level. They were great men. They were caring. They were inspirational. They worked hard. And so my Jack Frost days, I started and went out. I wasn't heavy enough to make the team. You had to be 100 pounds, and I weighed 88, but I lied. And the doctor went ahead and let me play. And then Jack Frost was fun.
What team did you play for in Jack
The
Frost?
Pirates. Yeah,
Pirates.
we lived over by Foothill.
Okay, gotcha.
And so I played for Chuck Harriger and Augie Cardiel, 2 great guys, and they were friends my whole life. One was a repairman. He did all the our washing machines and appliances and so on. And then Augie was he was a technician at radiology at the hospital and loved to play golf. So we played golf once in a while. And
Did you know all this in 8th grade, or you built these relationships over time?
7th and 8th both. I mean, they started then, and then they just continued to grow, and then they followed me in high school, and I went to West High. I was supposed to go to Foothill, but we moved, and then I ended up going to West and had a pretty good career at West High School, and then went to Bakersfield College. I had an opportunity to go away, but BC at that time was the place to go. I mean, it was just amazing. We played in front of 19,000 people every week, and always wanted to be a Renegade since I was a little kid. So I passed up some offers and went up there and never regretted it. Had a great coach and Coach Collis, and loved the man. And then after that, I went to San Diego State and played for Claude Gilbert and Ernie Zampese and Ted Toller and another unbelievable coaching staff, and have remained friends with all those guys.
It's awesome.
You said you passed up some in high school to go to BC because that was kind of your dream,
Right.
What were maybe 1 or 2 of the ones that popped out that like you didn't go to that you could have?
Arizona State, and they were ranked 3rd in the nation that year, and they were recruiting Bakersfield guys pretty good. Brett McClanahan was there, a couple other guys. From
Brett
Bakersfield.
McClanahan.
Yeah. I know him.
He was playing,
Good guy.
and
Good guy.
so I went on a trip, and that was one. Notre Dame, they didn't really want to bring me in that year. They wanted me to go to the junior college, and I said, no, if I'm going to go to junior college, then I'm going to stay at Bakersfield College.
So they wanted you to do the Rudy kind of thing?
Yeah, they wanted me to do, so they wanted me to do the Rudy thing.
Yeah.
Get my grades up. And then the Air Force Academy was another one. They wanted me, but I ended up not going there. It was the same thing. I would have had to go to the prep school, and I didn't really want to go to the prep school.
Right on.
So
What kind of quarterback were you?
I always thought I was more of a throwing quarterback, but We
Pocket
ran
passer?
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ran a lot. We ran the option, and then at the college, at BC, we ran, well, they call it 26 power keeper, and we ran that, God, I don't know how many times. So I know I ended up rushing for over 1,000 yards in the 2 years that I played up there. So we
Nice.
ran a lot. Yeah.
Nice.
So-
You did say you had a 4.7. People didn't
Yeah,
catch that on
4.7.
Instagram. You did say you had a 4.7, so you could run.
Yeah, I wasn't too bad. And then I got hurt at BC in my back, and then I went to San Diego State, and I really couldn't run very well. And we ran the option a lot. And it was unfortunate because I couldn't really excel at that part of it like I had before. And I always thought I had a pretty good arm. I could throw the ball 65, 70 yards.
Did you have any NFL scouts looking at you or anything like that?
The Cowboys.
There you go,
they were
see?
one of them. Yeah.
Let's go.
We
Good
got
for you.
Cowboys
We scout great talent.
They
But for
sent
some reason, you like the gold and red. I don't
Yeah.
understand it.
they sent for film, and then they had me do some questionnaires, and I did that test that they give the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's
Wonderlic
called.
or something like that.
Yeah, whatever it was. And so I did all that, and then I got hurt, and so I didn't go back to San Diego State after my junior year. So that kind of ended all that.
Okay.
So we know you've coached some great players: Brock Marion at West High School, Mark Roberts, Russ Heasley, Carl Dean. But I know one thing you're big on is a foxhole guy. Describe what a foxhole guy is, and then maybe a couple of foxhole guys that you.
Okay. Well, foxhole, the first time I heard the term was Coach Collis, and he would talk about character and honor and the type of person you were. And foxhole guys, obviously, if you're in a foxhole, who do you want with you? Who do you want at your back? If you're shooting one way and they're shooting the other, you're going to protect him.
Not
who's going
Jan.
to protect you. And so, foxhole guys are pretty special, and I've got a lot of players that I would call foxhole guys, but more coaches and friends and family that I would call foxhole more than anything right now.
Who are some of those guys that come to mind? As like maybe 5 of those guys.
Well, Coach Grider for sure. Dallas Grider would be right at the top of my list. Russell Heasley would be one of them. Dave Rice would be one of the guys I'd call a foxhole guy. Jeff Turman is a foxhole guy for me. No question about that. Leon Denwood's a foxhole. So it's just guys that you develop relationships with, and you're not going to let them down. Dennis Manning is
Even
another-
if you're going to lose, you guys be bloody together.
Right, exactly. Dennis Manning, another really close foxhole guy for me.
Nice. So how the high school game of football has changed from when your first year coaching to today's coaching?
Sorry, guys.
No, it happens. I mean,
Sorry, it's probably Kyle's mom.
it's probably the Dallas
Just throwing
Cowboys.
that.
Like, hey, we heard you're doing an interview. You have to clear that with us.
We did.
Sorry, guys. Put that on.
His phone never goes off. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, exactly. Are we still rolling?
We're still
Yeah,
rolling.
so-
Okay.
This is an average production. Things like this happen.
Half a dog.
If a helmet falls on your head,
Yes.
we don't have insurance for that. So just take one for the team.
So how did what now?
So how does the high school game of football has changed from when your first year coaching to, I guess, your last year or today's game? That you would have to. What's your opinion on it? Or how
it's too much. I mean, when I first started coaching, guys were 3-sport athletes. We had guys like Boyd Dollar and Seelig and Jake Seelig and guys like that they played football, they played basketball, or baseball, and they swam and they did other things. And football's become in all sports. Baseball same way, basketball same way. Basketball is one of the. I kind of felt basketball ruined it or started that
Yes.
team year-round play because they played in the summer.
Yeah. They don't even play with most of them. Don't even play with their high school teams. They play
Exactly.
on these.
Yeah.
What is it?
And
AA
so,
teams or whatever.
it's become a year-round deal for a coach, especially a head coach. And, you coach all year, then you're in the weight room all summer, you're in passing league all summer, and then you play your season. And then even after that, in the spring, they say, okay, well, you can spend 4 hours or 2 hours a day with your
7
team.
on 7.
Yeah, and it's just, it's taking the fun out of it. And it's especially when you don't get paid for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're asked to do all this stuff, and you pretty much have to keep up. Otherwise your players go somewhere else because they want to play.
Right.
But now the freshmen are doing it, the JVs are doing it, the varsity's doing it. And I know when kids were average guys and they weren't going to go on and play college football at any level, they were done with the weight room. They never wanted to lift again because they spent 4 years in that place trying to lift and get stronger and run. And so it's really changed a lot in that regard.
What about coaching wise? Like I believe we've had this talk to where you said you had like 4 guys on the coaching staff, and now you got. I mean, I just know Highland because I was working there, but Highland had like 18 coaches on the varsity level.
Yeah, it's really straight. The first 3 years we run the Valley, when I coached with Dave Titsworth and Dallas Ryan, we only had 3 guys. We had 3 coaches, and so we coached. The one thing about it is that you coach all day. I mean, you never get a break. If you weren't just a tight end coach, and when you were on defense, you were doing the scout or you were doing something else. You were coaching the entire time you were there. And the players ran the scouts.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Ran the scouts. Wow.
The players did, yeah. So the players ran the scout team, and because we were busy coaching on both sides. I just looked at your deal up here from BC. How many guys are on there? 20? 20 coaches. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Yeah.
Well, what's your take on that? Do you think less coaches is better or more coaches is better?
Well,
I feel like more coaches kind of just there's too many heads in there and too many.
If they're really good coaches, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But sometimes you get guys who aren't really good coaches, or they don't relate to the players, or they don't want to coach their area. What happens? I learned real early that you stay in your area, you coach your guys. As a head coach, you got to kind of coach everybody. You got to be in contact. But when I was an assistant coach, I didn't coach the quarterbacks. I didn't coach the guys that weren't in my area. I coached just my guys.
Right.
And too many guys want to nudge out and put their influence on somebody else or do something. But it's changed a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the coaches have to get along, or do you think that's the most
important thing?
Really?
Yeah, it's the most important thing. And I was lucky. I coached with Coach Ryder, and I coached with Dennis Manning. The guys that I coached with. Pretty much,
I like golf with.
I love
you spend time with.
And we like to be together, and we like to do things together.
You had a lot of seasons. I think like kind of one that sticks out to me, probably because I was there. I was coaching the JV when you were coaching, but when you were coaching with throat cancer, what was that battle kind of like?
At first, it wasn't too bad, but as I went and they increased my dosages on my
chemotherapy.
No, not the chemo, the radiation. The radiation got to me more than the chemo. And they went from 20 and they doubled it and went to 40. And at the end, that last 2 or 3 weeks, it was pretty tough. In fact, I couldn't go. I didn't make the final trip. We won our first playoff game, then we went to Clovis, and I couldn't make it. The doctor told me the only way I could go was if it was by ambulance.
Oh, wow.
And I said, well, I'm not going to do that.
For sure.
So I ended up not going. But it was pretty rough at the end. In fact, I got to be honest, the last 3 games, I don't even remember. I don't remember playing.
Wow.
We were playing BHS over there, and at Bakersfield High. The next year, I saw the film over again. I didn't remember one thing that happened on the phone. So it was
that's crazy.
Yeah, we talked to Gola about that. He said you're just making an excuse. One game I do remember too, though, we had a JV kid, and I can't remember, the start of the game was already pushed back because something had happened. And then the JV game started, and this kid broke his leg or something. He was on the field an extra 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. So your game got kicked off at 8:30. And I remember I was up in the booth, and I just looked across, and you were just literally leaning against the wall, looking like that wall was the only thing holding you up. And
yeah, when that was going on, and I was in the office, and I was the only coach in the office that time. The guys were down with the good, and I do remember going, "What in the hell am I doing? Why am I here? I have no business being here." But I made it through, and I tried to hang in there as much as I could.
Why did you?
I think it's just 40 years of coaching. I started coaching in 76 and finished in 2016. So I wanted to coach 40 years. I wanted that was kind of a goal, and so that was one of the reasons. And to show the kids that you got to be tough. Yeah. You got to show up.
Things are going to happen. You got to fight through them.
You got to try the best you can.
For sure.
And yeah, today in 2013, that was your last chemo session. So congrats on that. That's a big deal. That's awesome. Good little milestone. I didn't even know it landed on today until that Facebook memories. Facebook sponsor us, right?
Yep.
So what advice would you give to coaches that are coaching in today's world, in today's game? I know Jan coached last year. I know I want to maybe get back into coaching. What's the advice you'd have for people like us?
Well, I think it's several of the things we just touched on, which would be coach with guys you want to coach with.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't get stuck in a situation that you don't want to be with guys that you don't relate to, or you have things that you don't have things in common with. I think the other thing that's really important is that you got to make it fun. You got to do things like, our Thursday things with the players when we divide up and we'd have the offensive line do a skit. We'd have the defensive line do a skit. The coaches would be the judges, or we and we did it every Thursday, and it was fun. And you've got to do things like that. At West, one year we decided to give them UCLA was doing it, so we copied them, and it was a deal where during doubles, and in those days you had two full weeks of doubles.
Right.
I mean, it
That's
was
true. We had those.
I remember that.
We
did that at BC. We almost did it I think we did it for my first year. I want to say maybe not, but I was 2 weeks, and let me tell you, it was breathe,
it's tough.
sleep,
It's really
football.
it's tough on coaches too.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
tough on everybody. So we gave them a no-show day, one no-show practice. So for one practice, they all got together and then didn't tell the coaches, and we'd show up, and they wouldn't show up, and that was their day off, or their practice off. So that brought some fun. And what was really fun about it, if a guy didn't make the practice, they did an afternoon practice, which most of the time was the morning because they wanted to sleep in. But if a guy missed and he didn't hear about it, he'd show up. And if he showed up, then he had to do 220s. He got a little punished because he missed practice and didn't know when they were doing it.
That's great. That's awesome.
You got to have some fun things.
Yeah, I agree.
Make it fun.
And like Kyle said, when I coached last year, I coached with Eddie.
Yeah.
It was cool, and then Kyle was going to coach too as well. So it was kind of really cool. Like we were all coaching together. And just to go on off your point is like, yeah, definitely like coach with people that you like, and mostly coach with your friends. If you can.
And those are foxhole guys.
And also like you guys can relate to, like making the game fun. I mean, there's a lot of coaches out that are still hard knocks on these kids, and it's not how it used to be. And it's kind of like the kids will shut down easily, and then once that's done, it's done.
Right.
And definitely have to try to make it fun for sure.
And so this wasn't on there, but how was it different coaching like a Centennial High School and a Foothill High School?
Yeah, it was different. The players my first time at Centennial, the players were really, really close, and we had but going to Foothill, I remember the first day of practice, Dennis had 13 guys show up, so getting them out, getting them to buy in, to really trust you, it was tough. But
How'd you do that?
well, the freshmen, I took the freshmen the first year. I didn't, because you guys were playing, so I was going to go to your games. So I took the freshmen, and I called all of them. I invited all of them out. We sent them a letter over the summer, so they had a letter addressed to them with their name on it, invited them to come out. So
That's every freshman, or
every
wow.
freshman boy. Yeah, we gave every freshman boy a letter. So that was kind of a neat thing. And some of the coaches still do that because that's for most of those kids. That's the first time they ever got a letter.
Oh yeah,
in the
pretty cool.
Yeah. So I mean, and then the head coaches, they're inviting you to come out for the football team, so you feel a little special. And we tell them, hey, give us 2 weeks. I don't know if you don't like it, you're not stuck in here. You don't have to keep doing it. Give us 2 weeks, and if it's something you don't want to do, so we ended up we had like 75 kids that freshman year. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to lie. We actually took that advice and ran with it when we were coaching at East. And I remember showing up to that first little meeting, and a kid showed up, and kids all speaking Spanish, and they're like, football. And he's like, yeah, football. And he's like, no, football. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, no.
He thought it was soccer, so he did not. He did not come out.
They left as quickly as they showed up. So, I mean, I guess you got to be specific about it. But
That's true.
And I remember you, obviously you have a lot of kids and young men who you've made an impression on. But I remember the Foothill kids made a huge impression on you. They showed up at your, was it your dad's funeral?
My mom's funeral.
Your mom's funeral, unannounced, didn't let you know that was going to happen. Just showed up. They rocked the VS on their helmets for the rest of that year.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember the bond that you built with those kids. I mean, I went up to DC, and one of the kids up there beside us was just like,
Angel, great guy.
they were like, someone was talking to me, and they're like, what are you talking to this East Side kid for? And they're like, this is Sneed's son. And they're like, he's like, what? Oh, okay, you're cool. Like, your stepdad is like my favorite coach. And like, they were just like blown. I was instantly in just because I was in with you,
They were special guys. Those 3 years that I was at Foothill, we built a lot of good relationships. Yeah, those guys. They'd give you the shirt off their back. They'd do anything in the world for you as long as you learn to trust.
Yeah, exactly.
And I took them places. We went to weightlifting competitions where Austin used to go and did special things. And Dennis managing.
time.
It took the time.
Makes
Yeah,
it
they-
fun when you go to 7-on-7 tournaments and stuff like that.
First
Even
time
though,
that
yeah.
those kids had seen the beach. You know,
Oh, yeah,
the
no.
beach.
Last year, these guys took them up to the Dallas Cowboys training camp. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so we did. We took the East Side freshman team up to the Dallas Cowboy training camp. We got VIP, so they got a bunch of autographs. Players
That's
coming up
awesome.
to them talking.
Yeah.
We got free soda, free popcorn.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Those
cool
things are
deal.
great. Yeah, they
So-
make all the difference in the world. Yeah, memories.
Any other questions you have for Coach Sneed while we have him?
No, I don't got any more questions. I appreciate the
Well, guys,
visit and
This is going well. I've watched all the episodes. Hope this one turns out. Keep it funny. Don't be dumbasses. Keep doing what you're doing, and
I swear,
keep having fun. All right.
Hey,
Oh,
we
we forgot
appreciate you
to-
taking the time.
forgot to mention that he was our all-time quarterback at the Bear Ass Bowl, so we kind
That's
of know
true.
where he's coming from with the arm.
Bear
and all that
Bowl,
stuff.
That's
yeah,
true. That's
So,
true.
guys,
Yeah.
don't forget about that.
All right, well, we appreciate you having us on. Love you. I'll see you tomorrow at Thanksgiving
Love you too.
dinner.
Enjoy.
See you guys, and
All right,
yeah,
all right.
appreciate the time.
Take care.
We're going to jump into our third commercial, Color Street with Kelly. We hope you enjoy.
For the month of November, Color Street by Kelly Sneed is running a raffle. Any online purchases of buy 3, get 1 free, she will add a gift of the Color Street bag. Your name will be added to the wheel, and at the end of the month, she will spin the wheel. The name the wheel lands on wins the bag. Lots of goodies. She will go live, so if you'd like to follow her on her Facebook VIP page, here it is. That's Polished by Kelly. Fill the bag for every buy 3, get 1 order.
All right, so thank you to that sponsor. We're going to jump into the Bobby of the Day before we get to the SOL.
Okay.
This is kind of always how we end our show. But Bobby of the Day, you want to announce it?
Yeah, the one and only Billy Ashley.
Hey, Billy, my brother. We've both been Bobbies.
Family of the Ashley family has been the Bobbies of the weeks lately, guys.
Wait, why is Billy the Bobby of the week?
He did a bold decision in our suicide pool that didn't pan out, and it wasn't going to pan out, and I don't understand why he did
Did
it.
he take the Raiders?
No,
Who did he take?
he took the what's that team that's in Detroit that never wins?
The Lions?
The Lions.
But didn't a lot of people take the Lions?
No, not one person.
Because why would
Not
you
one
take the
person has
Lions?
picked the Lions this whole suicide pool.
Because why would you? You want to win. That's the goal, right? Not
Right, I
to kill
would think.
yourself.
I mean, if you wanted to just donate $25, you just donate $25 or $20, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Well, we're getting closer to the end, so now it's like you're donating $600.
Yeah, 7 people got eliminated. Like I said earlier in the show, 7 people got eliminated.
But none of them picked the Lions.
No.
He picked the Lions.
Yeah, he picked the Lions.
Okay. Also, another reason we might have to consider this guy. He's lost 7 straight in fantasy
That's
football.
Insane.
And so the way
And
ours
has
is,
not made any. Go ahead.
yeah, no, go ahead. I was just going to explain what that means. Like
Yeah, it means you suck.
the way ours is set up is, it's not first come first serve on the waiver wire. Everyone has a $100 budget. So if me and Jan both want the same guy, and he goes in and puts $51 on him, and I only put $50 on him, Jan's going to get him on his team. Billy's lost 7 in a row. You'd think he'd make some moves. He still has $100 on his budget.
And he doesn't trade. He doesn't, and you
Well,
try
now
to
you
trade him.
can't.
Well, now you can't. But before that, you try to trade. What was the guy he was trying to trade? I think it was it Fournette or somebody? And he was trying to trade like I'm super high, and I'm like, dude, I can't give you Dalvin Cook for Fournette. It makes no sense.
But that
But
legit,
that's
that
his
was the
trade.
offer.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's his offer.
Yes, and you know what, Billy? Bobby of the week. Let's go. Enjoy that workout powder that you chug when you do your Instagram live videos.
Oh,
Bobby.
God.
This is going to be your favorite part.
So this is the SOL category segment, and guess who got it? This guy again. Because
I'm not the Bobby.
But let me tell you something. He's got to realize that he just ain't going to beat me in anything. All right. Quarterback at East High. Sorry, Kyle. It
We
happened.
split time
For
a little bit.
then fantasy. I told him my team's good. No
Still-
one believes me.
Still in first
You
place.
guys don't believe me. My team just won, destroyed them, and on top of it, I beat them on Sunday night, and I still have 2 players to play.
He had it wrapped up early. Well, you were up by a point at that time.
No, I was up actually 4 points.
Was it 4?
It was 116 to 112, and then
Upset.
after that, I destroyed them.
Yeah.
And
And you were the top point getter this week, right?
yeah, I mean,
You had a good week.
I had a great
Those
week.
usually don't happen for Jan, so we're just proud of him. I don't even mind spinning the wheel because like I'm just happy some success is coming.
So,
in my buddy's life.
Yeah, see, I'm just going out there doing big things. I win. That's all I do.
Well, you win, lose, win, lose.
We don't count that.
He finally knocked off my 7-game win streak. Congratulations!
Thanks, man.
It took a great effort from your team.
Thanks.
You read your guys.
Awesome effort.
I thought you only had time for Dalvin. You were reading stories to everyone.
I told Woods, I said, hey, Woods, you don't produce, I ain't tucking you in, bro.
And you didn't even need him. And you didn't even need him.
I didn't even need him. And then he produced anyway.
Then he produced anyway.
Like, all right.
He's like, I love you, Jan.
So, hey, spin that wheel, man.
All right, so we're going to spin it. You'll see it up there on the YouTube, but right now I'm just spinning it on my phone so me and Jan can see it. There it goes. Not going to lie, I took off the wax armpits one because I ain't trying to do with that. But I added some stuff on there.
Yes.
Oh, is that right now?
No, you don't have to do it right now.
I can do it right now.
You got to go in a little bit.
All right. So, I offered, you guys heard, and he told me I didn't have to
next week.
Next week?
No, next week.
I'm ready now.
No, we're not ready now. He got jumped. Oh, you're going to put it on the thing, huh?
Yeah, but you can tell him.
He got jumped in our pool. Great, because the pool's like 50 degrees outside. 50 degrees.
But they wealthy, so they could just turn the pool heater on. You know, they have this mansion. They got like 18 different heaters for their pool.
He's jumping in the jacuzzi.
All right.
I can't wait to see this one.
That one's not as bad as some of the other ones. So
that's
I'm still
pretty
okay.
good. You might lose a couple,
testicles?
Yeah, possibly.
I think I already lost them. I'm a little worried. Guys, that's it for the 4th episode of the Average Dudes podcast. We go to those YouTube comments. We looking at the shirts out. We want you guys as involved with this as we are.
Exactly.
We're having fun with each other. Pause. We have fun with you guys too, and your kid. Pause.
Don't say
Pause.
that.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Hey, don't say that.
Just keep supporting, keep showing love. Be as involved as you want to be, and we try to get you guys involved too. I think we're gonna try to get like a guest speaker on once every month kind of thing. And so, if you have someone in mind, someone like you have a hookup, let us know. That might be our next person. But
for sure.
We enjoyed having Coach Sneed, the living legend of Bakersfield, on.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. It was good to hear.
You're awesome.
No,
your fantasy team's awesome.
Thanks, dude.
No problem.
Thanks, man.
What place are you in now?
I think I'm in first. Oh no, wait, first. I was in first a couple weeks back.
It was a while back.
But I think I'm in 5th now. So
okay, so you had that impressive week and you stayed.
It's all right, when I get in that playoffs like the Cowboys, it's on.
When you get in
the Super Bowl.
All right, so episode 4. Thank you. Have a great Thanksgiving, Merry holidays, and we're Average Dudes.